Hello everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Thank you so much for joining me here today on this Patreon exclusive. Yay! Thank you for your support. Oh, you guys make this possible. So today we're playing in the altered book with a drop-down tag. I brought some watercolor markers in, very, very fun. Dana sent me a box. Thank you, Dana. Of course you did. Many, many goodies, corks, and little images, and some colored pencils, watercolor pencils, which will be really, really fun to play with. So, all right, not much to chat about today. Very fun project. Good to be back in the altered book as always. So, see you on the table. Okay, here's your project for today. It's a drop-down tag. This is made with watercolor markers and this water pen here. And the focal point here. The background is gesso, watercolor, distress ink, distress oxide, and a little bit of water on here to give it just a little bit of a dribble look. Very, very fun. I did run the tag. I did the tag at the same time I did the background pages. And I did run the tag through the embosser. And I hit it with some vintage photo distress ink and then the Stabilo. I put the tag on with fabric and Mod Podge. So that was very fun. Yep, there we go. Room for another focal point on that side. We are moving right along in this book. Look at there. This still needs Stabilo. I don't think you probably have even seen those yet. Good morning. Slept in a little bit this morning. It was lovely. I am going back in our altered books. I have a sturdy page on the left-hand side. This is from our window in a window. So I'm just going to keep working that way. Take out a couple of pages there. So I'll take out 1, and 2. Take us there. I'm going to take out 1 more. So that's 3 full pages that I've taken out of my book. This is nice and sturdy, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to glue 3 pages together on this side to create a sturdy page on this side. Now we've all created the sturdy pages, right? So I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on this. Close the book. And 1 more. So now we have a sturdy page on this side and a sturdy page on this side. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put underpants on both pages, this 2-page spread. That's a fun one. Alright, I have some fun underpants on the 2-page spread. I have a tag that I'm going to work on today. If you're a Patreon member, I'll send you a template to this. And I'm going to cover this with underpants. Okay, so I have underpants on this side. I'm going to turn it around and I'm just going to recut my tag. And then I can put underpants on the back side of the tag and retrim it. Okay, so that's cut. And I'm going to put underpants on this side. Now it's going to be like this in my book. So I'm paying attention to how the words are, not upside down. Okay, so I have underpants on that side. And I'm just going to retrim the tag. And ta-da, there's our tag. All right, we're going to bring in the gesso and my silicone brush. Put some gesso on this page. My Mod Podge is not dry, that's okay. And I'm going to lay that tag down there. Beautiful. And gesso on this side. Other side of the tag. So we have gesso on both sides of that tag. Stick it someplace to dry. Take what's left. Close our book. All right, we have gorgeous texture on 2 pages and a tag. Let's let it dry. Okay, I'm bringing in some yellow ochre watercolor. This was in the last packet, last love packet from Dina Dana. I know you guys all want to be friends with Dina Dana, right? And I'm just going to paint the 2 pages and the tag with some nice juicy ochre watercolor paint. So I have the tag painted on both sides and both pages painted, and we're going to just let that dry. When the watercolor is dry, I'm going to bring in some coarse sandpaper. Bring back some of that white texture. You can see the difference. This is the sanded page and this is the non-sanded page. I tore up a little bit of the background. I love the texture. So I encourage you to embrace those things as they happen. I'm going to take the sandpaper to this side and then to the tag. Okay, dust everybody off. Everybody looks beautiful. All right, I'm bringing in the Distress Ink Peeled Paint. Now in comes the Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide. And let that dry. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm just going to dip my fingers in my water and I'm just going to spritz the pages. You can watch the different inks do different things. This is really quite gorgeous. Now, as it's drying, if you see spots that you would like a little bit more movement on, just go ahead and add some more water. I flick it on with some energy so I can move the water a little bit rather than just dropping it on. Bringing in my Cuttlebug. So I'm going to put my tag in a Cuttlebug folder and send this through my Cuttlebug. All right, so the tag is going to go into the book like this. I have my Distress Ink vintage photo, and I'm just going to go over the embossed area with that. Absolutely gorgeous. Punch a hole here for a ribbon in our future. So before I put the tag in my book, I am going to go around the edges with my Stabilo, giving it a contrast against the page. And this is going to go into our book. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to use fabric to put the tag on. There's a lot of oils and things like that in the different inks, and so the masking tape is not real crazy about sticking. So we will go in a different way. Go on the back page. Mod Podge on the fabric, on the page. Makes it turn into leather-like. I'm going to prop that tag up so it's the right height to heel. And I'm going to put my rice bag on it. Rice bag on it. I need to leave it alone for a while. Okay, I have removed the rice bag. This works very well. All right, so I printed this out on my laser printer. It is on some watercolor paper because I'm going to use some watercolor markers. Let's see how we do with this. So what I'll do is I'll just go in here at the tip and down to the sun. Then I will take my water brush and I will move that a little bit. We'll do one more together, and then I will finish. We'll do this last one together. Pretty darn fun. This one is actually a Ranger fossilized umber distress marker. So I don't know if water makes it move or not. We're gonna see. Oh yes, it does. This moves even nicer. So I'm gonna go around the edge of the sun, the face of the sun. These are very nice. bring in my cutting mat and an X-Acto, and I'm going to cut this out. That is so fun. So my intention is to put this on this tag, and the white is too much. So I'm going to go back in and find a fun watercolor marker. So the other brand I'm using is Les Plumes 2. And I'm bringing in a celery color, kind of a green color. So what I'm doing is I'm concentrating the color in one area and then just drawing it out with the water pen, the water brush. So it's concentrated in the center here, and then just drawing it out. So this is how it's going to look in the book, which I'm very happy about. What I'm going to do is put some tacky glue on the back of this and stick it to that page. And then I'm going to put the rice bag on top of this. I found this fun focal point, so I'm going to cut him out with my X-Acto. And I'm going to remove this musical instrument, and I'm going to put something else in there. So I have this focal point, which I love. I think it's out of Juxtapose. I just love it. So now just to figure out how he can be holding that, because his arm is behind here. So his arm is going to have to come off. Maybe right there. Where did it go? Here we go. So if we take this guy and put him here like he's holding this, and then we put his other arm. All right, I think that this is how this needs to go, is his hand needs to go on the side here. It has been cut off like this, but it needs to be grabbing onto the side like that. Now I cut that top off so that I could fit more of this on. Still monkeying around. All right, that's going to be good. So I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the back of his hand, put that where I want that. Some Mod Podge on the back of this hand. Put that where I want that. I'm going to turn him over and put Mod Podge on the back of him. So I have Mod Podge on everything on the back, put him together well. I'm going to bring my book back in. And stick him down. I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge over him. Now remember, we have a lot of inks on the background, so I don't want to get the Mod Podge on the inks. Let it dry. All right, I'm just going to rip off the extra. Bring in my Stabilo, go around my focal point, the edges of the page, around the focal point here. And here's our fun drop-down tag. This is watercolor painted. And there's our yummy focal points. All right, your turn. Go create, go play, go have fun.